Hi everyone, I'm Heather.
And I'm Bill.
I think it's so fitting for this time of year is when we went on a hike and we went on a nature trail.
Oh,
It wasn't anything really strenuous. It was just, I had a cold that
I was just
day.
going to say, Heather wasn't feeling well, and I said to her at the time, the best thing we can do is be outside. I love being outside, and that's what we did.
So for the inspirational part of this channel, I really hope that you enjoy this nature walk. We've got some tips as to what to do, what to bring along when you go on a nature walk, and I really hope you enjoy it.
So here we are in the forest. We're lost in the forest. Somebody call for help. No, actually we're not. We're in the forest, but we're in the big city. I don't know if you can see a path behind us, and you might even see people walking behind us, so it's amazing. I love it. I love being outside.
And as a matter of fact, I love being outside because I've had a nasty cold now for what, about a week?
Now I'm getting it.
Yeah. And you know what Bill says, let's go out, let's have a mental health day, let's get out into nature and everything and enjoy ourselves. And we actually drove like 5 minutes to get here, right? I'm so glad our forefathers had the foresight to save all of these sanctuaries for us, our generations, to enjoy.
Yep.
All right. So I'm actually feeling a little bit down today, and sometimes you might feel down as well. With me, I'm really sick with this cold, and I have been for, like I said, about a week. It might be something else with you, but the number one thing I find is go out and go into nature. These trees that you see around us, they actually give off oxygen. And they've done studies, and I don't know, it has something to do with the frontal cortex and all that sort of thing, that being out in nature actually helps you with dopamines and all that sort of good stuff that helps make you happy. Also, I'm going to give you another little tidbit of information here, and that is that we as humans, a tree, well, no, let's put it this way, 7 or 8 trees will give us the oxygen we need for a year. Isn't that cool? No wonder we love being around them. There's so many wonderful things to discover on this walk. And that brings us to our second thing that you can do for yourself on a nature walk. And that's be still. What I'd like to do right now, I'm going to step out of the camera, and I'd like you to take 10 seconds and just don't think about what to do, this and that and everything else. Just take 10 seconds, be still, and just feel a little bit of rejuvenation. Let's go. Okay, did you do it? Because if you did, you just did about 10 seconds of healthy meditation. Now, obviously, it's not enough time, but I will tell you that pretty well every morning when I get up, I kind of lay in bed, and for 5 to maybe 15 minutes, I'm calling it meditation because there's really nothing in my mind. I'm start to think about things that I'm grateful for, and then all of a sudden I really kind of get this wave of inspiration, and I know I'm going to jump out of bed with this great idea, and it happens so many times. And I really swear that a lot of the ideas for content and that we have for these videos, including this one here, were derived of those meditation moments of being still. So whether you're on a nature walk or whether you're right at home, really try to take those times to be still. Being in nature is an absolute marvel. There's so much birth and regrowth. I don't know if you can see this little guy on a branch here, but he's absolutely, hey baby, how are you? There he is.
You know, I love being in nature. It's such a marvel to me. You know, one thing I've noticed is there's so much like birth and regrowth, if that's the right words to use. It lifts my spirits when I'm out, and you know, I see life on a different level. You know, I even breathe differently. I love it. You know, I'm just drinking in the fresh air, the oxygen that Heather mentioned from the trees. And you know what? These paths that I walk on, I'm a big history buff, and I always wonder, have they been here for centuries? And who was on these paths back then? Just love it. Just love it. And I love being still and quiet and listening to the brook. Well, this brings us to the number 3 point, and that is exercise. I always joke to Heather. I always say, I'm an athlete. And you know what? We all are to some degree. And one thing I love about being outside is I just love the fresh air, and time flies when I'm out here. It's just, I don't know how, I know I'm rambling on about this, but I could be outside all day. But when I head out for a hike or a long walk, I'm going to bring a few things with me. Well, one, I'm going to dress properly. I'm going to wear some clothing that, you know, when I sweat, I'm okay. It wicks it away. I'm going to wear proper footwear. I mean, you know, you can't go on a hike wearing, in a woman's case, high heels or even flip-flops for a guy. You got to be prepared. And right now I'm in the shade in the forest here, but other things you got to think about, maybe wearing some SPF protection from the sun, bug spray. There's so many things to think of, but again, the number 3 benefit is exercise, and it can be low impact. Sometimes if your mind is just at ease, your body feels so much better than doing some high impact exercise.
So I'm right behind you, Bill. Hey, another thing to remember, stay hydrated. Make sure you've got some water with you. And the other thing I got is my handy exercise monitor. And you know what? I think I'm gonna make it to those 10,000 steps today. Anyway, gotta catch up to him. Sometimes you have to take the road less traveled. But up ahead, a lot of times, you find the light of inspiration. So what a wonderful day. I mean, we got so much footage, video footage, that what we're going to do at the end of this video is we're going to allow you to be still again. We're going to put some of the beautiful footage, the video that we spliced together for you to music, and we just want you to enjoy. So until next time, take those mental health days, get out into nature, and keep it awesome.